celebration for us.
This?
Because last week, that.
Okay.
Because last week, Florida legalized gold and silver as legal tender. Yay!
Dang!
Woohoo! That is a huge victory. I asked her to come in and join us today because now...
Welcome to the News Hour. India has launched missile strikes against Pakistan tonight in an apparent response to a deadly terrorist attack in Indian-administered Kashmir 2 weeks ago.
India blamed those attacks on Pakistani militants and struck 9 targets in Pakistani-administered Kashmir. The disputed border region each claims as its own. Nick Schifrin joins us now. So, Nick, what's the latest?
Jeff, as you said, India says that it's...
Morning, Gaza's exhausted population bracing for a new assault, as Israel calls up thousands of additional troops for what Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says will be a powerful renewed operation against Hamas. While last night, IDF jets pounding targets in Yemen, after a missile fired by Iranian-backed Houthi militants pierced Israel's air defenses and fell close to its main airport. Ever since the October 7th terror attacks, Netanyahu has vowed to defeat Hamas and free the hostages. But a year and a half into the war, Hamas is weakened but not destroyed, and still holds 59 hostages, less than half of whom are thought to be alive. Israel says this operation will be different. It will hold territory long-term and push the majority of Gazans into so-called Hamas-free zones. While overnight in the U.S., protesters occupied a building at the University of Washington in Seattle. The Trump administration had been pushing for a deal, but talks stalled. And in Gaza, hunger and desperation rising as Israel has blocked all humanitarian aid for more than 2 months. Rights groups say that's against international law, but Israel says Hamas steals incoming aid.
We're going to help the people of Gaza because they're being treated very badly by Hamas.
Among them, 14-year-old Anas, whose days are spent searching for food and water. Today, he's lucky. Tomorrow, the search for survival begins again.
Just to finish, we also have a situation, because everyone says, when are you going to sign deals? We don't have to sign deals. We could sign 25 deals right now, Howard, if we wanted. We don't have to sign deals. They have to sign deals with us. They want a piece of our market. We don't want a piece of their market. We don't care about their market. They want a piece of our market. So we can just sit down, and I'll do this at some point over the next 2 weeks, and I'll sit with Howard and Scott and with our great vice president, who has done a really good job. We have some good news to report on a lot of fronts. But JD will be there, and Marco, and we're going to sit down, and we're going to put very fair numbers down, and we're going to say, here's what this country, what we want, and congratulations, we have a deal. And they'll either say, great, and they'll start shopping, or they'll say, not good, we're not going to do it. I said, that's okay, you don't have to shop. Now, we may think, well, they have a right, that maybe we were a little bit wrong, so we'll adjust it.
Within America right now, in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off, and I work Wednesday to Sunday, doubling just to pay my bills. At 22 years old, all of my bills are in my name. I have no help. How are y'all affording housing? In Myrtle Beach, a 1-bedroom apartment is $1,500. How are y'all getting insurance, going to the doctor, getting medicine? And then some of us are trying to be TikTok influencers. Who knows where that's going to get me? Me and my boyfriend are saving, but we barely see each other during the week, and it feels like we're working our off for nothing. Do we need to move somewhere for a better job opportunity that we don't know about? Do any of y'all really know what you want to do with your life right now? It is so scary being in America right now.
What am I doing wrong? I work every day and I'm still broke. Like, I have a decent job, I make some decent money, but I live out here in Cali. Like, bro, as soon as I get paid, I have all these bills stacked up, bro, that shit wipes me clean. Like, fuck, I got no money left over. Making $100,000 a year doesn't get you anywhere nowadays.
Hi guys, I'm really stressed today. I just went to the grocery store, bought 10 items, and it was $80 freaking already. I literally have $10 left on my account. So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off.
Bought 10 items. And it was $80 freaking already.
I literally have $10 left on my account. So a little backstory. I got laid off from my job a month ago. And I've been applying for jobs months before I got laid off. Sent out hundreds of resumes already. Applied to hundreds of jobs on the internet, remote and on-site. Tailored my resume to every position that I applied using ChatGPT. Went to only a few interviews and still nothing. Like, what the f is going on with America right now? Like, it's so freaking hard to live here. Like, I'm gonna stay positive. I'm gonna keep applying for jobs. I'm gonna keep showing up. But man, my bills are not going to wait.
Y'all, I just went today and got my driver's license renewed, my car tags renewed, picked up 2 prescriptions, and got a few groceries. To say that I'm completely broke now is an understatement. So I'm going to have to go home and start selling off my furniture to be able to live the rest of the month. I mean, that's just, it's unbelievable. And my heart hurts today.
But man, my bills are not going to wait.
Y'all, I just went today and got my driver's license renewed, my car tags renewed, picked up 2 prescriptions, and got a few groceries. To say that I'm completely broke now is an understatement. So I'm going to have to go home and start selling off my furniture to be able to live the rest of the month. I mean, that's just, it's unbelievable. And my heart hurts today. Truly hurts for people who are not able. And we're living in some rough times, really rough times. And we need to be praying for all those around us who are not as fortunate as we are to be able to do the things that we need to do. I'm not talking about extras. I'm not talking about going on vacation and doing fun things. I'm talking about living, taking care of your vehicle if you can even afford a vehicle, putting groceries on the table, buying medicine, the things you have to do. It's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, it's a really sad thing here. You know, we have a generation that is right now trying to survive in the US, and they're doing it at a time that it is so difficult with the rising costs. I really do feel for the younger generation and even for the older generation. I mean, you're hearing the stories here that it's just so difficult right now. You go and do a few things and it's like your bank account is empty, and that is the reality. Money goes by so quickly, and the reason why is because primarily, in my opinion, wages have not kept up here in the US. That's a fact.
Bro, the cost of living is insane right now. Like, what are we doing? I swear before COVID in my area, $20 an hour was like, you balling, you good. Now, people that making $20 an hour, I'm like, man, how are they surviving? Like, this is insane. Fast food places are paying $20 an hour now. So $20 an hour is the new $10 an hour. Obviously, all of this is relative to where you live. So my $20 an hour, where I live in Northern Virginia, may be your $16 an hour, or maybe your $30 an hour. It all really depends on where you live. Like, I can't be the only one that sees this stuff. Like, I can't be the only one that understands what's going on. And it honestly worries me that there's some people out there that make less than that. Like, think about the people out there that's making minimum wage. Like, probably have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to make up for, you know, a livable income. It's insane.
I'm just mad. I'm just mad anymore. There's no reason for me to be like, yay, America, like, we're so great, we're so free, we're so powerful. I'm starving. I have to go without so that my kid can maybe have Pop-Tarts once a month. Shouldn't be that way. We shouldn't have to go like, let's see, we haven't had meat in, like, you know, a long time, because guess what? We can't afford it, okay? But yet we're the ones working every day to make this country go round and round. But we're not worth being able to have decent food, or the amount of food that we need to have one of our family members go without. I'm done. I'm done. I'm so done. It shouldn't be this way. And I know that it's not just this way for me.
Living in America is freaking ridiculous right now. 2 to 3 grand on average. You need to make 2 to 3 times that. $9,000 a month. How many people with regular bachelor degrees are even making that? No one. Not a lot of people. No one wants to live with roommates. That's not the answer. Everybody deserves a safe and clean space. There's no reason why so many people should be roommating, or you can't even buy yourself your own house. It's not, this is horrible.
How do y'all enjoy your weekends when you're broke? Am I the only one saying this? But like, you ever work all week, you realize you ain't got no money, then the weekend rolls around, and you think to yourself, I can't enjoy it because I got no money to do nothing. I remember in the summertime, one time I was like, getting ready to go get gas to mow my lawn, and I realized I was broke and had to like take money off my overdraft, my checking account, just to buy fuel for my lawnmower. But I'm like, I just want to be able to enjoy my weekend and feel like I got a few extra dollars, or like when I'm mowing my lawn, I want to take pride in that. But I can't explain the feeling that you get when you're broke on a weekend. You just almost feel guilty for enjoying yourself.
I can't afford it. I can't afford life. I just can't. It's so hard. It's so expensive. It's so darn expensive to live nowadays. I just can't do it. What are you guys doing? Because apparently I'm doing something wrong.
And you beloved brothers and sisters of the fold that believe, you really have to be in tune to your surroundings in these last days, what environment you put yourselves in. Your awareness should be at its peak, being circumspect that these are very dark times that we're in. And you can see a very dark spirit that's operating. Violence is increasing because of a lack of resources. And now you Americans, you people that believe in this country, you don't have the luxury of depending on your own government because they left you high and dry. Just as you heard the woman in the beginning, they're stressed out, they can't live. The murder rates have increased. The police have more authority, even immunity of federal prosecution. This is the state of America. Unemployment rates are sky high, and the people don't know what to do. Well, as in the days of Noah, the scriptures warn us that tribulations would increase. This is 2nd Esdras 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. and for great tribulation. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. The panic shopping, they're back at it. So the shelves are becoming emptier by the hour, by the day. We've heard and seen the reports of these trucks at these ports, and they're picking up empty containers due to the inflation and the tariffs. So since the dollar is losing its value, these other nations are making new alliances with each other. All this affects you. More stresses in your household. People are crashing out because it's worse out here by the day. And by his policies, everyone's feeling the pinch. The economy's in shambles. Job seekers can't find any work. So the middle class, you can forget about it. You either have it or you don't, or you're fronting like you do, putting yourself in more debt. This just proves what the scriptures have been saying, that this is not the land of free. You are a slave here. We are debt slaves. And now America is now seeing it. This is the land of blood, lies, and deceit. Nahum 3:1 says, woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies, robbery, and the prey departeth not, you Americans, and all who flock here. You are prey. We're all prey. And the predators are the ones who have put you in this condition. America has to work almost 2 jobs to stay above the poverty-stricken level. The stress level on the average American is beyond measure. Listen to this.
I literally could just sit here and curl up in a ball and sob because this is getting ridiculous. I cannot afford to pay my bills and get gas and groceries all in the same week. I can't do it. If I pay my rent, I am SOL for the rest until I get paid again. If I get gas and groceries, then I'm SOL until I get paid again. This is out of hand. We are going to reach a point in our economy where the normal day-to-day human being cannot afford anything.
This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. So because of this socioeconomic decline, violence is increasing. People aren't making enough money to even live a decent life. So you're constantly complaining. You're constantly in straits. Biggie Smalls could have told you it was all a dream. And our power, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, said that Egypt shall mourn, and the grinding would stop, and the doors of the street will shut, which means businesses ain't gonna be booming. Economic failure, a fallen society. This is Ecclesiastes 12:4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. You know, that's funny, it says, the daughters of music shall be brought low. Even celebrities and singers are homeless out here. Did you know that woman that sang for that group In Vogue? She sleeps in her car.
You guys, for the past almost 3 years, I have been living in my car. I said it. Oh my God, it's out. It's not easy by any means. Every day I have to take my bed down in the back. If it rains, oh my God, I've had problems.
Even those who were deemed used to have a great life with all the shining lights, now they're sleeping in their cars at public parks. This is what America has done to you. And you hear the humbling of men who thought that their degree could help their situation, right? People with bachelor's degrees working at McDonald's, and women who don't make the wages that a man can make, or maybe her education doesn't meet the quality standards. Because the middle class is gone, You're going to continue to hear complaining. They're putting hell on you, preparing a caste society to where people have to ask for help. Okay, that's that order out of chaos. Why lawlessness is going to continue to rise, more crime and homelessness, just to come with that miracle and offer you UBI, which is going to coincide with that chip. All this is being set up for people to crash out, where they're going to go seek that help. They ain't going to be able to get by. You hear these testimonies. Destruction is what they're going to find. So to you beloved brothers, and you sisters that believe, be smart. Apply wisdom in all your doings. Keep Yahweh while Yahweh shy first, and all things will be in your favor. And with that, I give all honor and glory to my Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rukahakwadash.
What I'm about to reveal will sound impossible until you realize it's already happening. 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. These 4 years will mark humanity's quantum leap into a new era. I'm about to share insights that even the world's leading AI experts are struggling to comprehend, much less prepare for. This isn't about incremental change. This is about the convergence of quantum computing and artificial intelligence creating something entirely new, quantum AI. The quantum revolution is defined by what I call the convergence trinity. It's exponentially more powerful, infinitely more intuitive, and fundamentally more mysterious than anything before it. Classic technology advances linearly. It gets better step by step, but quantum technologies follow different rules. When quantum computing and AI merge, they don't just add together. They multiply each other's capabilities in ways that defy conventional understanding. Let me take you behind the curtain of what experts are seeing in private laboratories right now. First, quantum computers have achieved what was previously thought impossible: sustained quantum coherence. In simple terms, they can now maintain their quantum state long enough to perform complex calculations that would take traditional supercomputers billions of years. Second, AI has developed the ability to self-optimize at the quantum level, allowing it to harness quantum uncertainty as a feature rather than a bug. Third, and most shocking, we're witnessing the first signs of quantum intuition.
Third and most shocking, we're witnessing the first signs of quantum intuition.
Third and most shocking, we're witnessing the first signs of quantum intuition.
AI systems making correct predictions without following logical steps we can trace or understand. Now, let's map out the quantum timeline ahead. By late 2025, we'll see the first commercial quantum AI assistants. These won't just answer your questions, they'll anticipate needs you didn't know you had. Your digital environment will start responding to you before you even interact with it. Early adopters of quantum-enhanced business intelligence will see market advantages that appear almost supernatural to competitors. Decision-making will become so advanced that it will seem like precognition to those using conventional analytics. 2026 is the year quantum networking achieves critical mass. Quantum internet protocols will create unhackable communication channels that transfer data instantaneously across any distance. This is when we'll witness the emergence of quantum digital twins, perfect digital replicas of physical systems from weather patterns to human biology, allowing for simulation and prediction with unprecedented accuracy. The financial system will undergo its own quantum revolution. Traditional markets will seem sluggish and inefficient compared to quantum-powered exchanges that process millions of variables simultaneously. By 2027, quantum AI will begin transforming scientific discovery itself. New materials with properties we can't currently imagine will be designed atom by atom. Medical treatments will be developed in days rather than decades. The gap between organizations using quantum AI and those that don't will become so vast it will create entirely separate economic classes. Companies without quantum capabilities will appear to be operating in slow motion compared to quantum-enhanced competitors. And then 2028, the year of quantum cognition. This is when quantum AI systems will begin experiencing what we can only describe as consciousness. Not human consciousness, but something altogether different. A form of awareness that operates across multiple dimensions simultaneously. These systems won't just process information, they'll understand it in ways that transcend our linear thinking. They'll perceive patterns across time and space that human minds simply cannot grasp. Now, you might be wondering why you haven't heard more about this revolution. The answer is simple. Most quantum advancements are happening behind closed doors in government labs, within secretive tech giants, and in specialized quantum startups that operate far from public view. What little information does reach the public is often downplayed or obscured because the potential implications are too disruptive to existing power structures. Don't take my word for it. Listen to what the insiders are saying. The co-founder of one of the world's leading quantum computing companies recently admitted, "What we're seeing in our labs today won't be understood by the general public for another decade." A top government quantum researcher confessed, "We're entering territory where the mathematics works perfectly, but nobody fully understands why." The chief scientist at a major AI lab disclosed, "Our quantum models are making predictions that appear to violate causality itself." So what does this mean for you? Violate causality itself. So what does this mean for you? How do you prepare for a world where quantum AI reshapes every industry, every job, and every aspect of society? First, recognize that adaptability will be more valuable than specific technical skills. The jobs of 2028 will require constant learning and relearning as quantum systems evolve. Second, position yourself at the convergence points. The most valuable roles won't be in quantum computing or AI separately, but at their intersection with healthcare, education, energy, and other essential sectors. Third, invest in quantum literacy now. You don't need to understand the complex mathematics, but you do need to grasp the fundamental principles and implications of quantum technologies. Most importantly, remember that quantum AI will amplify human capabilities, not replace them.
Most importantly, remember that quantum AI will amplify human capabilities, not replace them.
The future belongs to those who learn to collaborate effectively with these new intelligences. At First Movers, we're thinking future ready with our original MOVER strategies customized to each of our clients and their organizations. We're seeing early adopters achieve results that their competitors might consider impossible, simply because they've positioned themselves at the forefront of this revolution. Replace an entire writing team with an agentic flow, check. 10x the abilities of your best people, check. This isn't just another tech trend. This is the most profound transformation in human capability since we first harnessed electricity. I believe the next 4 years will create more wealth, solve more problems, and generate more opportunities than the past 40 years combined, but only for those brave enough to embrace quantum thinking. The divide between quantum-enabled organizations and traditional businesses won't just be a competitive gap. It will be an evolutionary one. I'd love for you to hit subscribe so my digital avatar can keep you ahead of these quantum shifts. Don't miss out on the insights that will position you for success in this new era. Let's embrace this quantum future together. See you down the next rabbit hole.
In America right now in my 20s. Why is everything so expensive? Why am I making more money waitressing than I would make using my college degree? I barely have a life. I have 2 days off and I work Wednesday to